the key bit is, how do you get the foundations right? So if you're going to really look at that data layer, if you're really going to look at how you aggregate different sets of data, you need to know what systems, what standards you've got, how good that information is. And if there isn't a standard there, you need to determine that standard. Now, internally, we have a gold, silver, bronze standard. And obviously, as soon as you go to bronze, you know you're dealing with something that's got a fair level of ambiguity. But if you've got gold standard, high level of confidence, and that comes down to how up to date the information is, how, from an audit point of view, in checking of information, is it accurate, and is it timely? It's important for information to be timely as accurate. Also, to have partners, and I do feel that you know, as health and social care, we have expertise in some of these areas, but we aren't experts on all the very technical, very data orientated side of things. So you need a key partner. You need to really have expertise that you can call upon to help deal with some of them wicked issues. And one example I'll throw out that straight away is we use Lorenzo, and we use System One. Now, Lorenzo's got a really good back end, really good structured data, not always SNOMED, but you know, really easy to manipulate. Now, System One, any System One people out there, I'm sure can hear you screaming now, if not because of the current issues around the enterprise extracts and how effective they are, but also with the level of data you get. And you get it, you might be one organization, but you get your extracts per unit. And we have 42 units, all of which will have some level of duplication, do slightly different things, such as community hospitals, minor injuries, community care, even health navigators. So the challenge there we had on getting getting it right and getting that high quality is, how do we check all that stuff we get from somebody like System One and get it together and do the items as said earlier. So how do we get them disparate data sets? How do we pull it together? And that's just on one system, and normalize and standardize and get that in a consistent format that the one patient record includes the information we need. It'd be really good if TPP could do it straight away. Maybe they will get there soon. There is some interesting stuff they're doing, but realistically, we need to do something now, because unfortunately, we need to provide care now, not in 6 years' time. So that's where using other tech organisations, other suppliers, other partners, and we work very closely with InSource, really come up with that way of dealing with them data feeds, and it's really works well. We have been running with it for a few years, but by getting that data normalised and together just makes the whole process easier, especially because when we're linking Lorenzo data, so other clinical data, but also other disparate bits of data. So we also have ESR data, staff data, you know, roster data, finance. So all these need a level of consolidation, and a lot of these do not have necessarily really good standards. So there is a level of translation we need to do, which is fine as an individual organisation, but later on in the presentation I'll touch on where we may be going and what impact that might have from an ICS perspective as we're moving into a brave new world.